Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my videos. My name is Muklis. I will review a journal in the title The Relationship Between Shyness and Motivation to Speak English of the First Year Students of English Study Program of FKIP UIR Pekanbaru, written by Marhama in 2016. Speaking is one of the four language skills. The purpose of speaking is to convey an idea or message to the listener. To be able to speak correctly, one must know all sorts of language rules. There are some aspects that have great influence in speaking where needed, such as pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. In pronunciation, there are three aspects that students should mastery. That is sounds, stress and intonation or rhythm. If one of them does not run smoothly, it can cause misunderstanding. Besides, it seems vocabulary plays an important role in speaking. We cannot ignore them while we are studying in speaking. In fact, in the English study program of FKIP UIR Pekanbaru, some of the students tend to be shy in speaking English in front of the class even though the students have learned English from elementary school up to senior high school. Based on writer's personal observation and experience, she found some reasons why they are passive in speaking or making conversation with friends. They worry about what others think of them in answering the questions during teaching and learning in classroom, and they do not have any confidence in themselves. However, since English is not our language, it is hard for them to achieve it. They tend to be shy, in which they feel other students have more skill in speaking English. It can be concluded that students who have a low level of shyness appraise themselves positively and are always optimistic and creative in the learning process of speaking. The higher the level of shyness, the lower the motivation to speak English students have, and the lower the level of shyness, the higher the motivation to speak in speaking English will become. The above facts are dealing with the motivation problems that often happen to students that have low motivation. It seems that their motivation to communicate does not show their expectancy to engage well in the process of speaking English. That's why shyness and motivation to speak are very close tied. The purposes of this journal are to find out if there is a relationship between shyness and motivation to speak English of the first year students of English study program of FKIP UIR Pekanbaru. To know their shyness and their motivation to speak in speaking English. The know, to know how the relationship between shyness and motivation to speak in speaking English. The instrument of this research is questionnaire. The aspects of students' shyness are worry about their think of them, become shy to deal with people from a different social class, or to work with more skilled people, and avoid social gathering and usually speak in low voice. The aspects of students' motivation to speak English are integrative in instrumental motivation. The conclusion is there is significant relationships between students' shyness and their motivation to speak English. The higher the level of shyness, the lower motivation to speak, and the lower the level of shyness, the higher the motivation to speak English will become. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.